I realized I seriously downgraded and couldn't do realistic looking faces anymore, so I challenged myself for a little over a week to only draw that. The goal was to achieve a hyper-realistic portrait that looked like a real photograph. If I win, well, I haven't decided yet what I would get, but if I fail, I haven't decided either. Anyways. On day 1, I was super motivated and made 3 portraits, plus one that I lost and only have the speed paint for somehow. I was testing the ground to see how bad the damage from a month of art block had done on me, and yep, as you can tell, it was bad. But who cares, I was really having fun testing the brushes and all. Even if they weren't extremely realistic, I really liked how they looked. It looked really paint. As you can tell, I couldn't care less for the background, so I just put a blurry effect on very bad drawings and left it at. Honestly, I think I should have just left the background blank for some of them. It would have looked way better. I think I'm definitely good at painting skin, but everything else, On day 2, I spent the same amount of time, and yet the portraits I produced weren't exactly my favorite because they looked like distant cousins of their reference photos. This time, I was really focusing on remembering every tip I had gathered over time when it came to painting portraits. Not bad, but we were far from the goal. Day 3. Holy cow, guys, I swear this is an AI. I really painted this. Honestly, I was such in disbelief that when I achieved this, after only making portraits that didn't look photorealistic at all, dude, this looks so 3D. And the secret to this rapid progression was surprisingly only taking more time to paint. The other days, I was really busy, so I could only squish 30-minute sessions, but this time I took like 2 to 3 hours to do this and really took the time to observe the photo and understand why each shape and color were the way they were. I could stop right there and end the challenge would be what I had said if I was a loser. Digital paint was way easier to do since I could pick the colors that were in the photo and blend more smoothly. Plus, I could use undo, which is something I couldn't do in real life. I needed to achieve a photorealistic portrait in traditional art too. Moving on to day 4, I decided to do one more digital painting, but this time I made it more challenging by picking a photograph of a man who was way older and didn't have this baby's smooth skin. It was indeed harder, and I was having a hard time with the skin's texture and placement of the colors. I had to ask my mom multiple times to point me to the areas where the colors weren't matching the reference. Let's hope I win this challenge. Guys, I think I'm done here. I tried making portraits in traditional art, but I think this is gonna need way more practice than I expected. I didn't finish my first try because it irritated me, and the 2 other ones weren't at the level I have in digital art. What went wrong, you might ask? Well, I didn't follow the grid method that was recommended because I thought that I should push myself to do without it, which is okay. I managed to stay pretty accurate, but it all went downhill when I realized that instead of making this, I made Also, I realized I needed to train my colored pencil skills. I'm not good at blending colors to achieve a perfect match yet. It also didn't help that I used like those color pencils they give you in elementary school. In the end, for some reason, I used dry pastels to blend the colors more. In the last portrait, I only used colored pencils and I kept it monochrome for now because I didn't want to waste 2 good sketches, but I will definitely do colored portraits from now on. Final result, not a winner, but on the way to glory.